Hey guys, Collector here. Welcome to my home. So I just bought the Ferrari of race guns. So I just bought the Ferrari of race guns, the new Infinity. This thing, by far to me, is one of the coolest, best shooting race guns that I own. I own two other CZs. They're not as fine-tuned as this beautiful thing, but I love it so much. I mean, it makes me actually look good, and that takes a lot. By far not a good pistol shooter. I'm getting better and over time, but I'm a better rifle shooter than pistol shooter. I can shoot a pistol good enough to get myself out of trouble, but no competition by any far. But this makes me look like I can go to the competition. This gets me to the point where I can go to competition, do this, but there's no way in hell I could. This thing is just so finely tuned like a race car. I mean, you've got the big mag well, you can't miss that to save your life. You've got the grips, which I don't know what they're made of, but probably it's just a hard plastic, but they're grippy. You've got the sight, the Seymour sight, which is nice because as you're shooting, the sight doesn't move. So you're always on target. And the slide, let's talk about the slide. This thing, oh my God. It's so fine-tuned. It's so fine-tuned to the point, and in the directions they tell you got to use their oil. If you don't, it will not function. You can't use regular gun oil. So you have to get their oil. And once you do that, I mean, when I got the gun, I mean, it's really oiled up now. I mean, we shot it yesterday, and you see oil coming out of all the cracks, which is fine. I understand now why I saw it. At first I was concerned, like, is this over oil? Is this thing actually going to run? After we shot it, oh, it runs great, but you have to use that oil. You got the big ports up front, so you have no muzzle rise whatsoever. This thing shoots extremely flat. You got the gas pedal or the brake pedal, whatever you want to call it, right here. You got, the extension for the mag release sticks out like you can't beat it. I mean, I know it sounds dumb. The mag release button is nice because it's really grippy with your thumb. Then you got the trigger. The trigger itself, I mean, I feel like if I drop the gun, it'll fire. I know it won't, but that's how light the trigger is. I mean, I don't know how many pounds it is. I don't know if it even gets to a pound, but I'll pull the trigger and there's the brake right there. And I'll barely push, boom. So there's not much to it. Otherwise, you have to maintain this gun quite a bit if you want it to function correctly. After you shoot 1,000 rounds, this gun has to be completely stripped and clean. Everything has to come apart, just like a Ferrari or Porsche or anything else. For example, replace recoil spring every 1,000 to 2,000 rounds. Replace mainspring and firing pin every 8 to 10,000 rounds. That's what it tells you. I probably won't get to 8 to 10,000 rounds. I might, I don't know. But I will definitely take this to the ranch, do a plate rack, smoke Chad, beat him shooting plates, no problem. But this thing is, I can't get over it. I mean, I paid $10,000 for it. I know it's a lot. It's a shit ton of money for a gun that I may not shoot very often. But to have it in my collection is one of the main points, the reason I bought it. But after I shot it, now I want to shoot it even more. And it's just repercussions to that because of all the work and the maintenance you have to do afterwards. It did come with a barrel for 38 Super. What I find interesting in the difference is those holes here on top. I'm not sure why. Maybe you guys know, but it's different. It came with 6 mags. Some of them are 22 rounds. Some of them, I'm assuming, are 18 to 20. I'm not quite sure. But this thing, I can't get over it. My wife thought it was an ugly gun. She thought it was very ugly. And I said, you can say that, but some of the ugliest guns I own shoot the best. I think once I get to the ranch during the summer and I got the plates back up after the winter, I think I'll take this out there and shoot it more and more. Once I do that, I got to be cautious on the maintenance of it. If I don't, then it just becomes a paperweight at that point and it's not going to run. So I'm not a professional gunsmith. I know enough to be dangerous, but something like this, I don't work on Ferraris. So I couldn't tell you how to tear an engine down, do a valve adjustment on a Ferrari. This is the same thing. So I'd have to take it to somebody who I trust and know to teach me, and then I'll be good to go. But let's take it to the range. Let's shoot it and see how she does. Okay, guys, I got the target at 7 yards. I'm going to shoot it somewhat fast, try to keep it in the red, just so you guys can see how flat it will shoot. I hit the eject port button as soon as I pulled the last round out. My bad. Okay, I pulled a few into the black. Those are probably my first shots. And then I'm like, oh shit. And then that's when I worked it up. So that's at 7 yards. Thing shoots flat, shoots accurate. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put a new target up. We're going to put it further down the range. What do you think? 20 yards maybe? And we'll see how accurate it can be. I'm not going to shoot as fast, but I'm going to see how accurate I can be. Now the target's at 20 yards, so I'm not going to shoot as fast, but we're going to see how accurate it can be with this thing. Well, I can see I've already pulled some, but I put 10 rounds in. Okay, I shot 50% in the red. Put that back, 60%. 4, I'm assuming they're the first ones, because I am old people, so it's kind of hard to see that far. And then the rest here. So I got 60%. I'd like to call that as a win, I guess, kind of, maybe. But the damn thing is so accurate. Now we're going to put 10 rounds in, and we're going to put a much smaller target at 7 yards, and we're definitely going to see how accurate it is. Okay guys, I have 6 rounds in there, 6 targets. I'm going to aim for the red obviously in each one, and we'll see how I do. It's at 7 yards. I'm back from the line maybe a couple yards, so maybe 9 yards is where we're at. We sighted in at 7 yards, so we'll see how accurate I'm going to be. And on another note, this thing is ungodly loud. Granted, we're in my range in my basement, and it's enclosed, so I think that's what makes it feel really, really loud. Outdoors, I don't think it would be so bad. Let's see how I do. And then you guys can make fun of me. Okay. I kind of sucked at that one, guys. I'm serious. Okay.
Oh, God.
That's awful. Okay. First shot, I went up and then up. So, this is my first shot. I thought, oh shit. Second shot, and I thought, okay. Third shot, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's called horrible trigger management, and pulled it. This one, I saw red. That's why I hit red. So, that's my fuck up. This one, whatever. My last shot. So I ended on a good note. I got a happy ending out of it. So which makes it even cooler. So I hit the red. Now me and Chad goofed around yesterday, shot with it yesterday. I did shoot better yesterday.
Sure you did.
Chad shot lights out as usual. Granted, he shoots a hell of a lot more than I do. But, and of course he's trained by Lena, and I was not. So that's his excuse. But I enjoyed it. I'm going to shoot a lot more. I'll get better. Don't worry about that, guys. But like I said, I'm not
that it was you, not the gun.
Oh, it was totally not the gun. It was totally me. There's no doubt. I fully admit that. I will get better. That I promise. But, you know, I'm only human. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit like and subscribe and take care.